Hello everyone, this is Joe Brewer here. I'm sending this as a personal message because there's something that's really important to me that I'm wanting to create capacity for this year and that I would love to set in motion in the next couple of weeks. And it really comes in two parts. And so some of you are already really familiar with how Earth Regenerators has been evolving, that we have more than 3,400 members now, and it continues growing. Also that in the last year and a half, we've been doing a really good job of cultivating capacities for decentralized leadership. There are now more than 20 active groups doing diverse things on the platform with a lot of different people leading the efforts. And a lot of our members have become trained as pro-social facilitators to be able to cultivate effective, harmonious, pro-social groups. And this is something that's really inspiring a lot of people who keep looking to the network of Earth Regenerators to see how we're doing it, because it's something really quite powerful and beautiful. And so one of the ways that we're taking this further is with the Earth Regenerators Fund, which is money that is pooled by members to then go through a governance and decision-making process by Earth Regenerators members to then support members of the community and projects that we have to be able to have real-world impacts. And so our network is becoming a regenerative finance support system for people who want to be regenerators of the earth. And so in my role as the founder of this community, I have been encouraging and cultivating and supporting every step of the way this decentralized leadership. And it's really, truly inspiring. And many of you have been involved as participants, as co-creators. An increasing number of you are stepping forward as volunteer hosts for our learning journeys to help facilitate the creation of social supports for other members. And so this just continues to happen. And as I am stepping back and taking less of a leadership role and really being beautifully supported by so many Earth Regenerators members, I'm putting more and more focus into the Barichara bioregion where I live in Colombia. And this is the part that I feel like I could really use your help with right now. So briefly, the story is that about a year ago, we raised $50,000. We bought a piece of land and decolonized it, turned it into a nature reserve called Origen del Agua, and we've been reforesting it since April when the purchase was completed. In parallel with this, we created the Barichara Regeneration Fund, formed an advisory council of local representatives here in the territory, and began supporting local regenerative projects through this advisory council and this fund. And this has grown throughout the year into an inquiry about creating a territorial scale foundation. And by the way that it's happened, joining with 6 other territories in Colombia to create a network of 7 bioregions where each of us will have institutional capacities to map and support the evolution of regenerative projects at the territorial scale. Now, an anchor to this work that I've been developing a framework around and developing supports around for more than a year is a specific piece of land called Los Alberques, which we raised some money to help us to purchase the land, or at least to begin the negotiations to see if we can purchase it. And that land is an anchor location for the territory because it's the future home, if we're able to complete the purchase, the future home of the Barichara Ecoversity. And this is the part where I could really use your help, because right now, there's a very specific objective, which involves raising about $15,000. And it is to create the first learning center within Barichara that would become part of the future Ecoversity. And this is a place that is currently the home of a woman named Margarita. And she is someone who has been working on the transformation of food, the preservation of local knowledge of native plants, and the healing of cultural traumas, working with women's groups throughout the territory. She's been doing this work for a long time. But what we've come to realize is that if we can create a community fund focusing around this work that Margarita is the lead actor in, the primary network weaver of working with a network of regenerative projects and women's groups in the territory. That we can create a space for the healing of women, ways of holding and processing cultural trauma, so cultural regenerative work, and also connecting it to local food production, agroforestry and regenerative agriculture, and the restoration of soils and water. And so the reason that I'm sharing this with you now, hello Elise, is that we have the opportunity to create a fund that could support the development of this learning center for an entire year by raising $15,000. And if we're able to do that, sweetie, if you want to come sit with me while I finish this, you can come sit with me, that we will be catalyzing and incubating a territorial process that would enable a lot of women to become empowered leaders in the community, and for us to catalyze a bioregional process dealing with food, land management, and the healing of cultural traumas. And so what I'm wanting to do is to recruit a set of people that can help us to do this. And what I would love to do is to bring $15,000 to Margarita to form this community fund and to gather a group of female leaders from the different groups she works with to initiate this process as we continue the negotiations for the land at Los Alberques, which would be the future home of the campus for the Ecoversity. So I'd love to just use this video as a way of inviting you to say, if your heart is moved by any of this, please reach out to me, step forward, let me know how you would like to help. We can form a work group, we can work one-on-one. You can be anonymous, you can be public. I'm open to many possibilities. I just want to invite this to happen because it feels very timely. And it feels like it will create a capacity for territorial scale resilience in the community that will enable us to continue working to build the Barichara Ecoversity and to connect it to the decentralized network of activities in Earth Regenerators as they become stronger as well. So thank you for listening. Let me know if this moves you, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.